Good afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com Handicapper Jarrod Horak. This is our video feature race of the week for Saturday, August 8th, the 9th race from Saratoga, the Grade 1 Whitney, 3-year-olds and up, 9 furlongs on the main track. We have a star-studded field, beginning with number 1, Honor Code, your morning line favorite at 3-1. He's a big late runner, comes off of a good-looking win in the Met Mile. In that race, he sat back, made a big move, won nicely, earned a big speed figure as well. But his last 3 wins were around 1 turn, and he can get the 2 turns, but you have to go pretty far back. You have to go back to the Remsen of his 2-year-old season, where he won that race from a little bit off the pace. He's run 1 time around 2 turns this year. That was at Churchill in the Ali Sheba. He disappointed, never got involved. So I think he's most effective as a late-running sprinter. We know he can go a little bit further. Coming off that big win, I definitely respect him. I've always liked him, but I'm going to try to beat him in this spot because he's not going to offer a lot of value, and there are a number of ways you could go in this event. Number 2, Tonalist, is 4-1 morning line. He's probably going to sit mid-pack or could sit a little bit further back if the pace is quicker. He has 3 starts at this 9 furlong distance with 2 wins and a second. At Saratoga, he had 2 starts last summer with a second and a third in the Jim Dandy and the Travers. They're not quite sure what to do with the blinkers on and blinkers off with this one. In his last 5 races, he had blinkers off. Last time, his 2 starts before that, he wore blinkers. Then the 2 starts before that, he didn't have blinkers on. So they're trying all different things. I've always thought that he was most effective at Belmont Park. He won the Peter Pan. He won the Belmont Stakes last year. He won the Westchester earlier this year. And he was second in the Met Mile and then second last time. I just think that's his preferred track, and he's not going to offer a ton of value either. I think he's going to be your second choice. He's 4-1. I think he will be the second choice. Noble Birds, the 3. He's 5-1 morning line. I liked him and had him on top in the Grade 1 Foster last time out at Churchill Downs. Well, that day, I think he really took advantage of the fact that he had a good race at Churchill. He was coming into the Foster, the sharp horse, and also it was a conducive track that night. So he rode that speed bias to victory. Now he's going to come to Saratoga. He's fresh, obviously. He's got that good early pressing speed. I think he sits a good trip. I just don't know that he's quite good enough. If the track is fair, everybody runs their best race. I don't think he's quite as good as these. Liam's Map is your next one. He's 4-1. He's number 4. He's 6-1 on the morning line, and he's probably going to be the one to go out there and set the pace. 5 lifetime starts with 4 wins and a second. This is his first try in the graded stakes ranks for trainer Todd Pletcher. He's got a lot of ability, obviously. He's really going to get tested for class in here. There are some other horses that may try to go with him in the early going, including number 5, Moreno, who's 12-1 morning line. He won the Whitney last year, and he does like Saratoga. He has 4 starts with a win, 2 seconds, and a third. Moreno's a little bit up and down. They run him in all the races. They'll ship him all around. They don't duck anybody, that's for sure, for this Eric Eo trainee. And I would expect that he's going to be close throughout, battling on the pace. And like I said, he does like Saratoga. He's a defending champ, but this is a tough field. V.E. Day is the next one in line. He's 8-1 morning line, and he'll be coming from off the pace. He won the Travers last year. He's 2-2 at Saratoga. But I think he's best if a race is 10 furlongs or longer. I think that's what he does best. He's more of a grinding type. He's going to sit off the pace. He's just going to try to grind away. If he gets a quick pace, he'll be running. But I think he's going to be pretty far back, and he's going to have too much to do at this 9 furlong distance. Lee is the next one, number 7, 9-2 morning line. This one has some tactical speed. Was second last time out. That was a decent effort in the Foster at Churchill Downs behind Noble Bird. Was third in the Dubai World Cup before that. If you look at most of the past performances of this horse, seems to do the best work at Gulfstream Park. Really likes that track, moves up there, still runs well at other venues. And trainer Bill Mott is having a good meet at Saratoga. Certainly must be respected, but a 9-2 could be a little bit low. Coach Inge is the next one, number 8 at 15-1 morning line. Another one that likes to run close to the lead. Was third in the Suburban at 10 furlongs last time. Was first in the Brooklyn at 12 furlongs before that. So now he's going to cut back to 8 furlongs. I think there's a few horses that are going to be quicker in the early going like Liam's Map. Moreno is probably quicker than this one. And I don't think that he's going to be able to stalk the pace and outfinish these at 9 furlongs. Wicked Strong is the next one in line. And I'm going to make a case for this one at 20-1 to be my top choice. Number 9, 20-1. He can show some positional speed or he can close. Now, the number one thing that I like about this one, he likes Saratoga. 2 starts with a win and a second. He won the Jim Dandy. He finished second in the Travers last year behind his stablemate VE Day. Just missed. If that race was 9 furlongs, he certainly would have won it. He was in front, but VE Day just wore him down at the last jump in that one. He does like this 9 furlong distance, so he's got a couple wins from 3 starts. He won the Grade 1 Wood Memorial at 9 furlongs, and he won the Jim Dandy here last year at 9 furlongs. I think one of the things that are going against him, obviously, is his form this year. His 2015 form, 4 starts, no wins, a second and a third. But I think you can make some excuses for that. The first one was at Gulfstream Park around 1 turn. He faced Honor Code in that 1 mile race in his first start this year, but he was only beaten a length. It wasn't a bad effort. His second start this year, they went from 1 turn at Gulfstream off of a layoff to 10 furlongs at Belmont in his second start. So I think he was a little bit short. His trainer, Jimmy Jerkins, even said he'd probably be short on conditioning after only 1 8 furlong race, and then he was, and he finished third that day. So then they tried the Met Mile, so they cut back, so they went from 8 furlongs to 10 furlongs, and then cut back to 8 furlongs again in the Met Mile, had a slow start, never got involved. Then they threw him on turf last time at a mile, and he didn't run bad. He finished second. That was his first start on turf, and he showed some signs of life. He fought hard for second, a good solid effort, and I hope that he's set up for a big effort in this spot. Jimmy Jerkins' horse is moving from turf to dirt, 31% wins. He shows a positive return on investment as well. So there are definitely some positives here. I think he can turn it around. He's got a new rider, Luis Saez, and coming to his favorite venue. He's got a bullet work. If he's going to run a big race, this could be the day. And at 20 to 1, he can certainly run with these. He's beaten Tonalist twice here. He's been competitive with Honor Code. He can run with this group, and at 20 to 1, we'll certainly take our chances. Normandy Invasion rounds out the field. He's number 10. He's 30 to 1. He's probably going to show at least some positional speed. He's one that's always been a bit disappointing. 11 lifetime starts, only 2 wins, 5 seconds. He has 9 starts at this, 3 starts at this 9 furlong distance with 3 second place finishes. He's got the outside post to contend with. He's got some other speed. He's probably going to sit a wide trip. This will probably be the day that he runs well. I've picked him before in the past. But I mean, obviously, if you like him, 30 to 1 is certainly a decent price. But this is how I'm going to play this one. If you're playing pick 4s, races, pick 3s, bets like that, the pick 6, you may have to spread around. But just for the purposes of betting this race, I'm just going to go with Wicked Strong here. I'm going to make a $20 win and place wager on him. At that price, if he runs well and runs his race, I'll certainly want to cash if he runs first or second. You can follow Horse Racing Nation and Derby Wars on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook. On DerbyWars.com for Saturday, August 8th, we have a big $25,000 game. We also have our big Survivor games going full speed right now on the site. You can click on the Survivor tab. We have $1,500 Survivors from Saratoga, $1,000 Survivors for Del Mar as well. And those Survivor games can be tough. You can put in those big games. You can put up $4. You can buy 3 tickets, and some of them have been over after about 4 or 5 races because the races at Del Mar and Saratoga, especially Saratoga lately, have been really competitive, and those Survivor games can be over quick. So you just pick a horse to finish first, second, or third in the Survivor game. You move on to the next race. Last man standing will win those tournaments. If you go over to pick6blog.com, I do pick 6 carryover, late pick 4 tickets from Del Mar and Saratoga. Wednesday through Friday, Del Mar tickets. Saturday through Monday, Saratoga tickets. Go over to pick6blog.com for more details. That'll wrap up this week's video. We'll be back next week with another video race of the week and from a stakes race from Del Mar or Saratoga. Until then, good luck at the races.